The age-old question, does cardio kill gains? Well, it's complicated. So I'm going to explain weightlifting versus cardio in very simple terms. So weightlifting uses anaerobic energy, also known as energy without oxygen, in quick bursts. Meanwhile, cardio uses aerobic energy with oxygen in longer bursts. Since they're both very different forms of energy, your body can struggle to do both at the same time. Your body can do both to a point. I'd say you can grow them both evenly for about the first 6 months before you need to begin their prioritizing one over the other. However, for long distance, it's even more brutal. Once you get to 2Ks, 5Ks, 10Ks, marathons, your body goes from sugar/glycogen to this energy, to fat, and then to muscle. Meaning, the longer you run, the more likely your body is to use muscle as energy to keep going. It also depends on what exertion level you're at. Low exertion impact, or level 1, is pretty much like walking or very light cycling, where you can pretty much do it every single day without it really affecting your gains. If anything, especially on leg day, it'll really help your gains. Level 2 is like light jogging, brisk walking, or very moderate cycling, where you can afford to do it a bit less, but overall it doesn't affect your gains that much unless you're really advanced. And then there's level 3, running, which pretty much will affect your gains depending on how much you do it. And then level 4 is HIIT, or high intensity interval training, which will have a strong effect on your gains depending on when you do it. If you separate it by more than 24 to 36 hours, you should be fine. However, anything less and it will affect your gains. When it comes to running, it's really complicated. After weight training, a very light jog afterwards is pretty short would actually increase gains since it increases blood flow to the area. However, a very long or intense run before training would decrease your performance as well as hurt recovery. Meanwhile, a very long or intense run after training, or even just a long or intense cardio in general, will really hurt your gains. This happens since you make your gains during recovery, not during training, and intense cardio after training inflicts your ability to recover. This is the case for many reasons, but the two main ones are, 1, running after training increases cortisol, which is really bad for recovery, as well as it depletes energy reserves, which is also really bad for recovery. Here's how you should structure cardio into your training. If you're training for muscle, what you want to do is pretty much scrap HIIT training altogether, as it's that bad for muscular growth. Now when it comes to more moderate running, that's allowed, but what you want to do is separate it by about 24 hours from training and about 48 hours from a leg day. What you want to also do is be very well hydrated during your run and make sure that you've eaten at least about an hour and a half before you run. This will decrease the chances that your body uses muscle as energy for running. You do want to implement some cardio into your training just in general, as it will help training, especially on a heavy set of squats or deadlifts, as if your cardio is bad then, you're going to really feel it. Now when it comes to things like walking, brisk walking, a light swim here and there, or a light jog, you're pretty much fine and can do it whenever you want. Just make sure it doesn't inflict with training too much. Overall, cardio is actually very good for your health, and you want to do it fairly often, as it will pretty much help your gains, as I said earlier, and just your overall health. And that's pretty much it. First of all, I want to thank you for watching, and yeah, I don't know how much to say in this outro card, for being honest. I'll probably do a video on the Arnold split eventually. Maybe a video redoing shoulders. Not sure, to be honest. And yeah, I'll probably end this here. Thank you for watching. See you next time, and bye. And if I left anything out, I'll put it in the description.
Check out my new favorite channel. It is so good. Oh my god. Look at it.